So you got stock intake, stock exhaust manifolds, stock head, stock everything. It's old, it's tired, and you want to pep it up. All right. First thing we're going to do is going to make it breathe better. And that's going to be an intake manifold. I don't suggest, if you're going to be driving it on the street or driving it on a regular basis, or even taking out track every now and then, to go full blown. Okay. That's for fun. Full blown is for putting it on a trailer and driving it hours and then unloading it and making a couple runs and putting it back on the trailer. That ain't no fun. Okay. You want to drive this thing on the street on a regular basis. I'm going to say a good solid dual plane intake, air gap, you know, anything from Edelbrock, anything from Wyans, as long as it's a dual plane, that'll keep you the bottom end torque, the grunt, but still give you better breathing on the top end over a factory intake manifold, because factory manifolds were designed to be quiet, not efficient. We're bringing better air in. Okay. So we're actually making progress. Just changing the intake manifold will make you power. Okay. The second thing is carburetor. All right. Now this one, I'm going to step on some toes probably, but you on any kind of big block, especially after you put the intake manifold on it, you're going to need at least 750 CFM. Whether it's a 396, a 427, a 454, a 502, you're going to need something bigger than 750 or bigger. That's all there is to it. 750 vacuum secondary on the street. Okay. They work. Now, if you're going double duty, if you're taking it bracket racing on the weekends, but you're still driving it every day, you might go a 750 double pumper. So Holley is my brand. I prefer Holley. Now you can go 750 or 800 Edelbrock. You can go bigger. You know, you can find Quadrajet, 800 Quadrajet, which they all basically came out with. But you got to, if you're going to open the airflow to the head through intake, you're going to have to do something about your carburation. So I suggest at least 750 CFM or bigger when it comes to carburetors for a street big block, say stock 396, 427, 454. You get up in the 502s and the 540s and bigger than that, and yeah, then you're talking about, you know, a lot more air. But right now, just off the street, just for fun, 750 vacuum secondary is what I would go. All right. Now, because you got good air coming in, you got a good carburetor coming in, you're going to have to light it off, okay? Because the more volume you put through, you're going to have to ignite it. So you're going to need to upgrade your ignition system. I got to go MSD on this one. I mean, a stock HEI distributor does a great job for mild applications, but now you're talking about a big block. You're talking about a lot of air, a lot of fuel, a lot of power, and a lot of pressure. Okay. So you got to have something that will light it off, and multiple spark ignition is the way to go. I mean, I had it on the race car for 6 seasons and never had a problem. MSD system is well worth the money. I know they're expensive. I know they're pricey. Okay. But they have tuning capabilities. You can put them together however you need to match your setup. You will not be disappointed with the MSD. Have you guys heard yet? Uncle Buck's Garage is giving its first giveaway, which is this engine as it sits. So if you want to know what's in this, watch that video. Buy yourself a little bit of merch, and you're qualified. You just got to send me a screenshot of the purchase. Good luck and have a good day. You're going to have to deal with production heads if you don't have the bankroll for aftermarket heads, which right now I don't have bankroll for aftermarket heads. So I've got 3 sets that I'm going to be porting out. That'll be a video later, but I'm going to be working them and get them done. I'm going to do everything I can do with a cast iron set of heads to make them flow better. Okay, so you're going to have to do heads or head work. Hey, if you're here and you're watching, smash that like button. Head work or heads. All right. Like I said, I'm a poor boy. I'm going to have to do this by the budget. And I don't have the money for aftermarket set of heads. They're great, but they're so expensive. And it's hard for me to come up with that kind of scratch just to buy a set of heads. Okay, so I'm going to have to do what I have to do. It's going to be head work. And like I said, if you want to know how to do it, I'll be making videos all this winter. Bowl work, blend work, smoothing everything out. Working your heads at home is a game changer. It reaps so many benefits. You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with working your own heads because you're doing it with ease. It just, the satisfaction of, yeah, I built that. I didn't buy it. I built it. After you've got your intake and your carburetor and you got the ignition system and you've reworked them heads. All right, must have headers after you do all this work. Think of it this way: if you're putting this much air in through an intake, it makes it this big. Through a set of heads, it makes it this big. And you try to shove it through a hole that's that big, you might as well just plug the holes. I mean, you're wasting your time. You've got to be able to get the air out once you get this good at it. Okay, you've got to. Headers, must. You have to go with headers. I mean, there's no exhaust manifolds out there unless you are willing to spend hours and hours and hours and hours and taking and just milling them out. You might get close. You might. But nothing's going to be a set of headers. I'm going to give you an extra one that I just thought of and I forgot. Cam. This is another one of my opinion. 270 duration for the street, top. It'll get you low end, top end, mid range, as long as you've already done other parts. If you're gonna do all this together, this is the formula that I would do. This is the formula I'm going to do when I build a big block. 270 degrees duration, all right, because you're still gonna want to run your brakes. With a big block like this, you're gonna need your brake. Because this is probably going in a street car. Probably Bamalam. If it comes together like I hope it does, and it's as sweet as I hope it is, this is the formula. Dual plane, probably an air gap. 750 vacuum secondary carb. MSD ignition. I'm going to port set of heads. Headers are going on it. And I'm going to put about a 270, 268, 270 duration cam in it. Which will thump a little bit, but it'll still just have so much torque and still have 5800 RPM top end without it dozing over. That's where I want to go. Because now will be the one that gets 5 miles to the gallon no matter what you do, but it'll be so much fun to drive. And that's what we're doing. We're taking a stock anemic 450, worked down 454 from the 70s and turn it into a fun monster. That would be so righteous in Bamalam. It really would. Don't forget, we're still doing the engine giveaway Christmas Day, the 25th of December of 2025. Y'all have a great day, because great day today could mean a really righteous big block in the morning or after a couple of days of putting parts on. Y'all be good.